So there's a koan about the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. Avalokitesvara is the divine feminine in the Buddhist mythology. She's the great Bodhisattva of compassion, the hearer of the cries of the world. And so these two monks were talking. These are senior monks who later became great masters. And they're talking about Avalokitesvara, and she's depicted as having 1,000 arms and 1,000 eyes, and this is what she uses to save all the suffering beings of the universe. You know, and 1,000 could mean 10 billion, 20 trillion. It means limitless, it means boundless, right? Her hands and eyes are boundless. The compassion of the Buddha, of the compassionate heart of the Buddha, is boundless, has no limits. The only limitation is in our mind. So our very being is the boundless compassion of the heart of the Buddha. So these two monks are talking about that, and they've realized that, right? So they're kind of conversing, and they're having a good time, and they're kind of playing with it, right? With the idea of the 1,000 eyes and hands of the Bodhisattva. And the one monk says, well, what does she do with all these hands and eyes? And the other monk says, it's like reaching back for a pillow in the middle of the night. Right? You know, like you're sleepy and you're just kind of half awake and you reach back. It means unself-conscious behavior. Spontaneous, loving behavior without any thought of being compassionate or not. It's just giving the love, giving the heart love of our being. And the other monk says, okay, I've got it. And the senior monk says, well, what did you get? And he says, all over the body are hands and eyes. So my whole being is dedicated to saving all beings with my hands and eyes, and my whole body are my hands and eyes. My whole body is my virtue. My very being is my virtue, are the hands and eyes of the Bodhisattva. Spontaneously giving to everyone. And the other monk says, that's very good, you've got it. 80%. And so the first monk says, okay, well, that's my understanding. Well, what's your understanding? And the more senior monk says, everywhere she reaches is hands and eyes. So everything is already the hands and eyes of the Bodhisattva. No separation. The beings she's saving are not separate. They're already totally saturated with this love and compassion of the Bodhisattva, of the Buddha's compassionate heart. So, Thich Nhat Hanh has a saying, the world of suffering and discrimination is filled with the light of the rising sun. So the world of suffering and discrimination is saturated with the light of the rising sun. There's no separation. The hands and eyes of the Bodhisattva are already everywhere, all pervading, filled with the light of the rising sun, with the love of the Buddha's compassionate heart. So, when the monk says, the being, my whole body are the hands and eyes, it's like, yeah, my whole being, it's coming through. The love, the compassion is coming through my whole being to save others. But the other monk took it a little farther. It's like, but everywhere she reaches is already the hands and eyes. Is already the light of the rising sun. It's like there's no more coming through. It's just what you are. It's just what we are. So how do we express it? It's like reaching back for a pillow in the middle of the night. It's already here. We're already doing it. That's the love.